So hey guys, welcome to Kanawha State Forest. This is in Kanawha County, down by Charleston, West Virginia. A good ways from where I was. I had to drive about 2 hours to get here and had to pay tolls, which I don't like doing, but it's a beautiful area. And like I said, we're gonna be here with another YouTuber doing video, and he's a cool guy, and I'll explain who he is here shortly. But once again, we'll talk about beginning in the bike packing or in the backpacking world. I see people on social media all the time with the, I'm gonna try this. What should I put in my pack? I'll tell you what, put anything you want in your pack, but do some truck packing, which is what I call putting your backpack in your truck, pulling up to a campsite, a dispersed campsite or one that you rent, and try to live out of that backpack for a weekend and carry it around and see what you need and what you don't need and see what needs to change so that when you do hit that trail, you're not carrying so much weight that you get hurt, injured, or can't make the trip. Okay, so I'm going to get set up. We got rain coming in the morning. We're going to have a short period of rain tomorrow morning, maybe a thunderstorm. And then other than that, partly cloudy and pretty decent weather to do this in. A little cold. But we'll get the pack out. And this is a little heavier than I normally pack. We're sitting at about 45 pounds right now, more than I would take out on the trail. But it's to test out some new gear, some new poles I bought, and I packed it all in the pack. And then by the end of this trip, we'll be down to what we need. So let's go set up a camp. Okay guys, so here we are in Kanawha State Forest. It's been quite a while since I shot that speed video of me setting up a camp, because me and my other YouTuber buddy over there got to talking and yakking and making K-cup coffee at the campsite with the Majo, and well, time got away from us. Starting to get dark now because it's 6:30 and that's about sunset, and it's starting to spit a mixture of ice and rain on us right now. One thing that they do have here that you don't see where I usually go, they have heated bathhouses. You can go take a shower in a heated bathhouse, and this place is open year round. Over here we've got a cave-in I'll show you tomorrow. I've got my tent set up. Everything's set up over there under tarp. It'll handle this rain just fine. It's starting to rain a little bit harder now, but we're set up, and this is my Underwood aggregator tent that I showed you in the last video. It's a two-person tent, so there's plenty of room. You can see I've got my sleeping bag set up here on my mat. I've got my bivvy over it just in case we have a failure and start getting rain. Got my new down pillow tucked in there. So when it comes time for bed, I'm ready. Like I said, I'm almost 6 foot, and there's several inches on either side of this tent. Featherlight piece on the bottom. We've got the Obsidian sleep mat. We've got the Queezer sleeping bag, zero bag. We've got the bivvy sack over top of that from AquaQuest. So we're set and got plenty of room in here for my gear. Electronics are stored over here. So I'm gonna go see what my other YouTube buddies over are doing and maybe introduce you. Kind of getting dark out here, but when we come over to this other YouTuber's site, we get gas lanterns, we get easy up tents, we got buddy heaters. I'm doing this truck packing thing all wrong, and maybe there's some things I need to learn. Let's go over here and see if we can't find him. Where you at there, big O? You're on YouTube. All right, it's time to have some dinner. And since we're truck packing and not backpacking, my first meal is not going to be one of Tracy's homemade freeze-dried meals. Get us a paper towel ready. I still think that these are the greatest paper towels ever. Just a tiny drop of water, and we got us a nice paper towel. So for tonight's dinner that we couldn't carry in a backpack, but we can carry when we truck pack, I have Johnsonville sausages that are cheddar and jalapeno. So I'll just throw them in the old skillet here, and we'll put them on the camp stove, and we'll have us a pretty good dinner. So let me get these cooked up, and then maybe our guest will be over by then. Man, these are gonna be good. We're getting ready to pull our food out of the skillet and have us a really good dinner. I'm just warming my buns up a little bit. I bought these little bottles off Amazon. They're really handy for backpacking. I might put a link to these because you get like a huge box of like 20 or 40 of them, and they got the locking screw caps on them so they don't leak all over your stuff. My guest YouTuber that's with me that you all haven't met yet because he's shy. I mean, it's just, I think he's scared. Daylight in the morning, we'll find this guy. So we'll see you. If you see him, let me know. Morning, guys. I didn't sleep good last night. Not normal. I usually sleep on a rock. It did start raining at some point. Had some music on. But I think that it just didn't get cold enough, really, for me to enjoy sleep in the system. Yeah. Got off of warm. So we'll lay here and listen to the rain for a bit. Okay guys, I've wandered next door because I thought it was rude that I haven't introduced our neighbor and our special guest today on Tango Romeo 87. This over here, this guy is Olaf, and he's got a great YouTube channel, Olaf's Odyssey. I'll put a link down below, and he's done some cool things. He goes out on his bike. You did a bike packing trip in Catalina, California.
I did this last summer.
And that was, it's a bunch of cool videos, so you want to go check that out. But Olaf is not only a special guest, but he's one of my heroes in life. I've had to put up with this guy for right around almost 59 years. He's been a thorn in my side at times, but he's always been there when I needed him. Olaf is not only my special guest today, but that's my big brother.
That's right, bro.
And we're going to get into some adventures today.
We are.
We're rolling off onto the most aptly named trail that I've ever seen. It's called Snipe Trail Mossy Rock and Alligator Loop. And the reason they call it Mossy Rock is when you get up there, there's a great big rock and it's covered in moss. We are out here enjoying this trail. Scenery is beautiful, brother. I'm glad you invited me down. It's where I belong, guys. Out here where it's peaceful and quiet. Out here with nature. I don't do good cooped up in a city or a crowded neighborhood or around too many people. I mean, I like people, but out here is where I like to be. Just heard a big barred owl let go. Wildlife. This is just, this is me. But it was a beautiful hike. 4 miles, but it felt like more, I guess, maybe because me and bro just talked all the time. And a lot to talk about, man. We've done a lot. But it was a really good hike, and if you're in the Charleston area or you're staying in the campgrounds at Kanawha State Forest, I recommend it. Good hike, and there is lots of trails in this park. That was just the one that I picked to take because it's a 3-trail loop. They've got shorter trails, easier trails, longer trails. So, and I found them all on All Trails. So they were all in the All Trails app. So if you've got All Trails, you can come out here and hike about any of these trails. But now I'm going to go back to the camping side of things because we got one more night to do here, and I'm going to make some freeze-dried chicken and noodles that are in like a chicken gravy that Tracy makes. Excellent food. And she freeze-dried it for me, so I'm going to whip that up and have that for dinner this evening. Bro's over there making burritos. Yeah, he's making burritos, but he's making burritos and he's making refried beans right now. I'll show you all this. This is egg noodles with chicken shredded in it with a chicken gravy, and I'm going to enjoy. That, man, you know what that tastes like? Tastes like egg noodles with chicken in it and a chicken gravy. Bon appetit. Winter temperatures are coming back tonight. Well, guys, that's it for the end of today. Olaf's son came over to the campsite tonight and built a big campfire and sat around and just kind of forgot to film. And it's about 1:30 in the morning. It's currently 27 degrees according to my thermometer. And I'm tucked down into my zero queezer bag in my bivy sack. And pretty warm in the bag. But I'm going to crash out for the night. Catch up with you. This is our last night here, so I will catch up with you all in the morning. And I'm going to get some sleep. Kind of miss being home, kind of miss Tracy. So as much as I've enjoyed this trip, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing her. So we'll get back there late tomorrow afternoon. But I'll see you in the morning to wrap this thing up. Good night. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time here at Kanawha State Forest, camping with Olaf from Olaf's Odyssey. Y'all need to check his channel out, don't forget that. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. And since I still have a day job that I have to be at tomorrow, today's the day we got to break down. Today's Sunday, and really I want to get back home and see Tracy anyway, because I kind of miss her when I'm away from her. It was 26 degrees this morning when I woke up at 6:30. The thermometer in the tent laying on the ground was 36 degrees. So it was bouncing 26 to 27 outside. It was nearly 8, 9, 10 degrees warmer in the tent all night long. So the Underwood Aggregator 4-season tent has once again outperformed my expectations in what a tent should be. The other thing that I've noticed on this and the last trip is I had zero condensation forming inside of that tent. And I don't mean a little bit, I mean zero. You would rub the sides and there's no moisture inside that tent, so it vents really well and keeps you warm in the winters. Let me get this all torn down, get my gear put away, and I'll give you some final thoughts on this trip. Guys, I had a beautiful time. I can't say it enough. Spending time with my brother, was just amazing. We were separated for a while I was down south, and then we've been on a couple journeys already. We used to just meet up all the time.
We did, yeah.
And I mean, it was just a great trip. I'm glad I came down here. I kind of tried to put it off, but in the end, Tracy went for camping. And I said, yes, ma'am, because it'll save your marriage. But I mean, I had a wonderful time. The hiking was great. I'm looking forward to our next adventure.
Absolutely. And my son Jeff came by, and we all got to share some good fellowship. I want to thank my wife, Kathy, for supporting me on my silly adventure while I'm out and away. I thank you for taking care of things back home.
Thank you, Kathy, and thank you, Tracy, because without good women behind us, oh, I hate to think we'd have been in life if we hadn't done that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I'm ready to head back to Greenbrier County.
All right, I'm heading home too. I'm glad you came along on our adventure. And until next time, remember to always adventure on.
Peace out, guys. And that's for that.